Hey friends, welcome to Harmony Hills Home and Garden. I've got to get my amaryllis planted. It's way too late. I definitely have already missed the holiday season, duh. But I need to get them planted so that they don't go to waste. They're gonna dry up or rot if I don't get them planted. So come with me, let's get some amaryllis into some decorative containers. I found boxes of bulbs and plants in my basement when I started cleaning it up earlier today. And so I really need to get these amaryllis into pots and get them growing so that I can enjoy them. I don't want to waste all that money. So what I need to do is find some containers. I'm going to put one amaryllis per pot, and I need them to be, a diameter about this big, 6 inches or so. So I'm going to just pick something from up here. I have a few options, and I'm trying to decide. I like these. I like that they're tall and narrow, sort of a long tom, I think is what they're called, or maybe a farmer's pot style. These do not have any drainage holes. So if I use this, I will probably need to put it inside of another container and use this as a cash pot. I could plant them directly into here, but there's a chance that they would rot since they don't have an opportunity to drain. So I might not use those. I might use these instead. I picked these up on clearance at Walmart for I think $3 each. It was a really great deal. 6-inch planter, and they do have drainage, so I wouldn't have to have them into a separate container. I just prefer the long, slender one rather than the short, stout one, but beggars can't be choosers at this point. Let's see what other options I have. I think that's all I have of matching ones. I have 2 of these. I have 2 of these. I have one like this. Actually, this is a container that I got with an amaryllis kit a few years ago. So I believe I could put them in here because that's what it came with the first time. So that means I could put them in here. I don't know. Decisions. Let's see. I have terracotta. That could work. I think I like the white better though. Yeah, everything else is not as pretty as I want it to be, so I'm really choosing between these two. I'm going to go ahead and be safe and use the one that has drainage because I don't want my bulbs to rot. So even though I have done amaryllis in these before, I'm just going to use these. Unless I could find... Nope, I'm just going to use those. Because I want to get this done. I don't want to go digging around in the garage. Blah, blah, blah. Get to work, Jenny. The amaryllis bulbs I'm working with right now are a burgundy/red color. They're called single red pearl. They'll grow to be 16 to 26 inches tall. Single flowers. But these bulbs are ginormous. These came from Longfield Gardens, which have really high quality bulbs. And these are going to be gorgeous in that pot. So the pot is just barely big enough actually, because I want soil up to about right here and roots for the rest. So yeah, these roots are actually kind of, maybe I should go with a taller pot. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the taller pot. I'm just going to not overwater them, and that way they won't drown. Any luck. All right, use you for another thing some other day. Okay, yeah, we're going to go with this taller pot. That way I can put them in there like that. They'll be nice and tight. They want to be nice and tight around their shoulders, and there's going to be plenty of room for their roots to grow down there. Okay. I have 2 of these bulbs, and they are in really good condition despite the bad care I gave them. And so I'm going to fill the bottom of these pots with some soil. Then I'm going to put them in there about this level so that their neck is coming up out of the pot, and the widest part of them right here is about 1 inch below the edge of the pot or so. And then I'm going to just barely cover the rest to fill in the soil, and then we'll go from there. Let me pull you closer so you can see better. Besides, I always feel like, am I in frame? Am I out of frame? I don't know when I'm standing up. So let me pull you closer, and then I'm definitely not in frame. Okay, so first step. I'm going to put some of this soil in the bottom here. This is potting soil that I made from Cocoa Core and Perlite. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to test the roots, make sure. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to, I don't know if you can see, but when I put the bulb at the level that I want it, the roots are touching the soil down in there, but there's plenty of room for more soil in there too. Want that soil to go down there and surround those roots. I'm packing it in until I can feel that the roots are nice and settled in there. And my bulb, the widest point of the bulb is about right here. And I'm not going to bring soil all the way up around the shoulders of the bulb, just to the widest circumference, or so. Okay, so can you see that? I believe that the roots are nice and tucked in. Oh, maybe a little more over here. If this pot were an inch wider, this would be a slight bit easier to make sure that the roots are nice and firm down in there, but as it is, I think we're okay. All right. So the bulb's sitting up a little higher than I originally envisioned, but that's okay. Now, same process for this. All right, I think we're good. Yeah, nice and sturdy. Okay, so other than cleaning up the pot, I could stop right here, but I'm gonna go one extra step. I have these branches that I trimmed off of my Harry Lauder's walking stick, or contorted hazel, over the last couple of years, and I saved them because they're beautiful. And in fact, saving them is exactly why I bought that shrub in the first place. Shrub, small tree, whatever. I want to use them for decorative purposes, so I think I'm going to use these, if I can separate them without breaking them, as supports for the stalks as they grow up. Okay, so I'm going to put these in to the sides and make sure that this pointy end does not pierce the bulb, because we do not want the bulb to rot. So I'm going to make sure that it goes in parallel to and not pointing into the bulb. Now the purpose of putting in these is to supposedly offer some decorative supports as the stalks grow, but honestly, I'm not sure how much support they're going to actually provide. More, it's just an aesthetic thing as it turns out, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be able to actually use these as support as well as the stalks, ouch, grow up. Like the stalk will grow up through here, and this is not a really sturdy support, but maybe it'll be a little bit something helpful, maybe. It may turn out to have been just more of a fun idea than a real structure plan. We'll find out. What do you think, folks? Yes or no? I don't know. The last step is to cover the tops of the soil with some preserved sheet moss. Now this moss is a couple of years old, so it's actually not very green anymore. I suppose that's worth it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the other one too. The last thing I'm going to do is add just a little bit of water. Now I don't want to go crazy watering because there are no drainage holes in the bottom, so I'm actually going to use my water bottle to be careful with how much I put in. Just some. The soil I used was already fairly moist. I'm taking care not to get water down into these folds of the bulb because that would introduce water to the interior and that might start rotting. Okay, and that's it. So now to care for these bulbs, I'm going to set them into a cool, somewhat bright, but not terribly bright, not direct light location, kind of room temperature. You know, we keep our house around 65 in the winter. So mid 60s, moderate temperature, and then they will start to grow. And as soon as they start to grow and I see that the buds are coming up, then I will make sure that I maintain consistent moisture from here on out. I'm not going to water them again until I do see them start to grow. The roots are a little bit dehydrated, so they're going to rehydrate in this soil using the water that I just put in there, and then they'll start to tell the bulb that, and the warm temperatures will tell the bulb, hey, we can grow. So as the stalk grows, I'm going to kind of fiddle with these sticks to try to hopefully let the stalk come up in between them and make it a little bit of a support structure. And then eventually the stalk will be tall, probably 2 feet tall or so. And I will maybe need to turn it, rotate it so that it doesn't bend toward the light source. And then once they start to bloom, then I'll move them out of the sun and into where I want to enjoy them. The cooler you keep them, the longer they last, and the less sunlight you give them, the longer they last. So I'll probably start them growing in a sunroom location, and then after they start to bloom, I'll probably move them into an interior room in the house that doesn't have as much light. So I've already done this plan, this kind of arrangement with the 2 Alaska double white amaryllis that I also have, and I used different pots, and I had some of these sticks that I had spray painted, and so I've already made those arrangements, and they're already upstairs starting to grow. That's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed what you saw. Have you grown amaryllis inside this year? Do you get them from the kit at the nursery center? Did you order bulbs from an online supplier like I did? Buy bulbs from your garden center? Were you gifted one? Maybe you have some bulbs from last year that you grew over the summer and now you're ready to have them growing again. Whatever the case, let me know in the comments down below what your experience is with amaryllis. And if you have any secrets for success, please share them there. We can all learn from you. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day in your garden or your garden rooms. And I'll see you again in another video real soon, friends. Take care. Bye-bye.